Okay, people, so pack a lunch. Now, the first fight, right, that went the distance was a little controversial, I feel. Right? I don't know what you think, right? But Sam Hughes beat Stephanie Lucindu. You know, it was a women's strawweight clash. And yeah, Sam got it. It was a split decision, you know. It was a split decision, 29-28, 28-29, 29-27. And I thought it was a typical Sam Hughes fight, right? Starts a little bit slow, but then it's like really, ups that tempo as the fight goes on. Now, from distance and on the feet, Stephanie was on fire. She was on fire, right? She was doing all the big damage. And I did feel that although Hughes took her down, I think he was in the third. Because I think Stephanie won the first. Then Hughes won the second, but she took her down and kind of just held her. In the third, she took her down, but Stephanie had done a load of damage beforehand on the feet. And on the ground, I don't think as much was done, and Stephanie then got up and landed more. So I thought with that fight, Stephanie, I thought she should have got the nod. Now, it wasn't egregious or anything like that. Definitely wasn't that. I mean, Lucinda, needs to work on getting up off the ground. I think that is the big thing. And it's one of those things, right? We see it all the time. It's one of those things that you just do not understand isn't getting practiced in the gym. You know what I mean? Like getting up. If someone takes you down, this is what we do. These are the steps to get up. Right now, look, there's going to be someone that's going to be better than you. So if someone does hold you down, fine. As long as you've been trying to stand up. But a lot of the times, we have people and they're not even doing the right things to try and get up. They're just like, oh, well, this is where I'm at. Looks like this is what I'm doing. And you're just like, how? You can't be pissed at the end of the fight if you made no effort to get up once you were taken down. You see some people, when the decision gets said, they're like, I can't believe it. It's like, you spent half the fight on your back and you didn't even attempt to get up. Right? And it wasn't even if you were, I think it was, who was it? I think back in the day, Carlos Newton won off his back. And that was just using a lot of elbows and stuff. Right? But I think that was the first time it happened. So you have to be mad active if you're winning off your back. You know what I mean? And Stephanie was not that. So, Sam Page got the win. 100 wins now for Saif Saud, which is like huge. But I mean, it was a close fight. It was a close fight. Now, in the bantamweight division, we had AJ Cunningham against Yu Su Young. Man, that fight was kind of crazy, right? Because when you looked at them, Cunningham was so much bigger than Su Yung, right? He was so much bigger. It was, yeah, it was like David and the Goliath up in there. But Su Yung, his accuracy and speed was fire, right? He was just picking AJ apart. And, you heard beforehand that AJ had been working on his style, right? Working on his style so he doesn't go out all manic, more precise, more technique, which is good. But in a fight like this, he needed to be a bit more berserker, because when he was trying to be precise, right, trying to do all of that, he was just getting picked apart. Just getting picked apart. Su Yung did a tremendous job of doing it. And when he landed, man, he was hurting AJ. That went the distance, but man, that was a fun fight. That was a fun fight watching. Because if you're watching the defensive skills of Su Yung too, right? Of the way he got out of the way of kicks and punches. That it was so impressive. It was so impressive, man. I enjoyed that fight. I really enjoyed that fight. And we had our lightweight clash. Alex Hernandez against Kurt Hollabaugh. Oh, man. So we went, right, because in this one we went 1 and 2, right? Because I thought Lucindo was going to win. So didn't luck out on that. And I had Kurt Hollabaugh to beat Alex Hernandez. Now, I'll definitely say, with this fight, this is probably the best we've seen Alex Hernandez fight in a while. He definitely was, more present, right? Because I think there's times with Hernandez that he looks good at the start, but a minute some pressure comes, it's not like he necessarily quits on himself, but I feel the focus goes, right? I feel doubt comes in his mind, right? And he questions his ability. But with this one, and because Hollabaugh was, man, pushing forward, looking really good on the feet, landing heavy, right? Landing heavy. He definitely was hurting Hernandez every time he hit him. So you had that, but Hernandez gets the takedowns. Right, he got a takedown in second and the third. In the second and the third. And he just, in the second round, he held Hollabaugh down. Took him down, held him down. Hollabaugh just wasn't able to get up, right? It was a bit similar to Lucindo. Just wasn't getting up. Which you were just scratching your head a little bit and like, Kurt, what are we doing? Then in the third round, Hernandez just took him down straight away. Right? Kurt did get back to his feet, landed a few, then got taken down again. So, I did think Hernandez probably had done enough to win that fight. Probably did. But I'll say there's a big but with this one, because one judge had it 30-27. It was not 30, like Hernandez definitely didn't win the first fucking round. You know? Like, you can say he won the next two. So it was it was a 30-27 is just, that was bizarre. That was a bizarre card for the judge to have. It was definitely 29-28. And Holloway just, man, he just needs to work on his get up. Right? There's other people will see this fight and just go, all right, we just take him down. Because he, Holloway, he was trying for, some subs, but the subs were never really there, So it was, it was a little frustrating. It was a little bit frustrating because on the feet, Holloway looked so fucking good. So it was just like, if only my man could get up, see him do his thing. You feel me? But yeah, that's what it was, right? Now, it wasn't bad. Not a bad night. Out of 13 fights on the card, only 4 went the fucking distance. You know what I mean? So that's 3 of them for pack a lunch.